Welcome to Angels Live, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Valley Sports. What a beautiful day in Southern California. It was like a playoff-like atmosphere at the Big A last night. Halos, they embraced the spotlight and took down the Seattle Mariners in a slugfest. Now it's game 2 of this 4-game series. Here's on tap over the next 30 minutes on the very big show. Why? Because it is Shohei Day at the Big A. Shohei Ohtani set to make his 25th start of the season. Luis Rengifo has been slugging as of late, especially against these Mariners, and the Angels make a wish come true, and a very special story that Carlin Faith will have for us a little bit later on in the program. But right now, we welcome you underneath the hats outside the Big A for Shohei Day at the Big A. Bobby Valentine, Mark Gubicek, Kent French with you. Let's kick it up a
Wait a
few
minute, are you a
notches.
poet right now?
No, he's got it done.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Shohei Ohtani's a poet.
Yes.
And we all knew it. Hey, you know what, though? I mean, all seriousness, it was a fun environment last night in the 8-7 win. The crowd was into it. It was a slugfest, as I mentioned, 7 combined home runs. But it doesn't get any better than this, Gooby. When you got Shohei Ohtani on the hill, you can sense it right now. There's a buzz in the crowd, and Shohei wants to do something special in front of these fans and a playoff contender.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be 4 straight starts against him, too. He went against Toronto, pitched well up there in Toronto, twice against the Astros, now here against Seattle. Even going back to last night, even talking to the guys today, they said it was like a heavyweight fight. Score a couple runs, they came back, scored a couple. Score a run, they score a run. It was all the way till the very end. You win by 1 run, which it matters. Now you have Shohei Ohtani on the mound, who's thrown the ball incredibly well in his career versus Seattle. And what he has done, really, when you look back over his last 3 starts, he has been dominant. You were talking about some of the best offenses in the game. Toronto, up in Toronto, going up against Alek Manoah, and he threw the ball exceptionally well in that game. Then you go back-to-back against the Astros, 2-0 in those 3 starts with an ERA 0.90, a whip below 1, 21 strikeouts during that stretch. He has thrown the ball well. He's incorporating that sinker in there and go along with his slider. He hasn't thrown a split as much, but when you're dealing with lineups like that, there's no letdown. Every single pitch he threw had a purpose behind it. That's why he was so good in those 3 starts, Bobby.
Exactly, Mark. And, you know, the guy's a genius. Let's face it, what he is, he's not a pitcher, he's not a hitter. He's a genius. And when a genius steps on stage, he wants something special to happen. And I think this performance tonight is going to be special. Not only because it's a contender that he's pitching against, and it's Seattle, and he's on a roll and all that good stuff, but because he knows he's in a competition with a guy who is also a genius named Aaron Judge, who's hitting the ball as well as anybody's hit it around a ballpark in 60 years, and he has to be special to beat someone special. I'm looking for a special happening tonight.
Well, look what he's done. It's pretty special when you look how many games now since June 9th, 9-4 with an ERA under 2, 1.83. You see how many strikeouts during that stretch. 123 strikeouts and 93 2/3. Yet he's still putting up the offensive numbers with 23 home runs over those 61 games. It's amazing what he's able to do. Most pitchers, the day after they pitch or even the day before, their legs are worn out. Yet he's still swinging the bat very well and still dominating on the mound. That game against the Astros, by the way, he threw a fastball 101.4 miles per hour. That's pretty firm. That's pretty firm.
Yeah, it's fast, it's moving. He came up with another pitch. But, you know, you talk about the last few games. In the last 50 years, no one has a lower batting average against with men in scoring position than Shohei Ohtani. He's number 1. Belancens is number 2, and Chapman's number 3. And, if that's not enough, he has the highest slugging percentage with men in scoring position in the last 50 years, ahead of Mike Trout and Mark McGwire. Yeah, he's pretty special.
Wait, there is more?
Okay, so what we're trying to say here is Shohei Ohtani is competing against Shohei Ohtani. I mean, when it comes to the records and everything, he now has broken everything. So everything he does is breaking a record that he already set. By the way, the blister's fine. Just get that out of the way. Blister Watch 2022 has officially come to an end. He'll be pitching tonight. He is absolutely fine. But I want to talk about the MVP race. You alluded to it, Bobby V. And you have Aaron Judge going for 61. Hasn't been done since 1961 in 61 years. We know what's going on with pinstripes and all the history involved there, the American League home run record. But how can you not continue to keep Shohei Ohtani, Gooby, in this conversation, if not at the top of this conversation based on everything he's doing?
I still think it's going to come down to that last game of the year. Just like most pennant races, I think it's going to go down towards the end. And his OPS is incredible. The home runs, the batting average, the RBI, what he's meant to this New York Yankee team. You can't discount what he has done for the Yankees. I mean, he's done everything incredibly well in a very difficult environment to be that clutch. But then Shohei Ohtani, though, what he's done on the mound, I think he's a better pitcher, way better pitcher than he was last year when he was a unanimous choice as far as MVP. And if you look at his offensive numbers, even though the home run totals are down a little bit, his batting average is up. His command of the strike zone as a hitter is much better this season. So, yeah, I still think he's going to end up with 40 home runs this season. But if he has a big game today, if he has 12 strikeouts today, he has 200 strikeouts on the season and a possibility to have an ERA under 2.5. I mean, it's that good what he's done on the mound, that good what he's done swinging the bat. It's hard not to say Shohei, but it's also when you look at Aaron Judge, those numbers speak for himself. The WAR 9.1.
And just the FYI, Aaron Judge right now is playing for the Yankees. He's leading off. He's trying not only to break home run records, but he's trying to win a triple crown by winning the batting title. So he's walking. He's getting singles to right. He's doing everything it takes to be a great hitter who's going to compile absolutely spectacular numbers.
Shohei Ohtani, by the way, the first player ever 30 or more home runs as a hitter, 10 or more wins as a pitcher. I mean, again.
Baseball is a game of numbers, and when you say ever, I mean, you're compared to Babe Ruth, and his numbers are that much better than Babe Ruth. I mean, that's how impressive Shohei Ohtani is. But you could see his work ethic. He's not comfortable now. He wants those last 4 starts, including here tonight, so he's 3 more after tonight, and he wants to go out and try to get 40 home runs. You might even look up at by the end of the season, he might be back up to 8 triples like he had last season. He's been that good, so focused. No one's ever going to do what he's doing right now. No one.
And this means something to him.
Yeah.
Right? This is important to Shohei, to the MVP race.
But somebody might do it. He might do it again next year. Yeah, he is a great athlete. We're going to have the pleasure of watching him compete tonight.
All right, we're going to shift gears to really a team MVP when it comes to David Fletcher and what this guy has done, not only in the field, behind the scenes. Truly amazing. And Gooby, I've never seen anybody go out there and play with one hand the way I've seen David Fletcher do it the last 3 or 4 games. The team needs him. He's the best defender, as Phil Nevin said. Andrew Velasquez done for the season with the injury. They needed Fletch. He did whatever he could for as long as he could.
When you look at this team, how successful they have been when he has been playing on the field.
He's the glue guy,
yes,
pretty much.
When he was out there after those hip surgeries, the team went down. I mean, you needed that defense. You needed the guy to make consistent contact. He's over 90% as far as contact rate. He gets on base, but he's an incredible defender, whether you put him at shortstop or second base. And when him being hurt and not be able to swing the bat, it was tough to see that, but he wanted to play. Even though he knew coming to the plate, both corner infielders are almost standing in the batter's box against him last night. Yet he was out there for the sole purpose of winning the game with his glove, and that's the thing you got to love about Fletch. He always has a little smile on his face, but I'll tell you what, he's an incredible competitor.
Absolutely.
And a lot of guys in this game are about numbers. He's not about numbers. He has an aura about him. When he gets on the field, the team looks different. I don't know what it is. Yep. It's not that he's going to go 5 for 5. It's not that he's going to steal 5 bases. It's not that he's going to hit 5 home runs, but he has a presence about him, a way of bringing stuff together. You said the glue. I think it's more like the straw. He just makes things happen when he's out there. It looks good and looks different. Yeah,
Mike Frostad, the head athletic trainer, said the expectation is for Fletch to play again before the end of the season. But before the move, Livan Soto was called up from Double-A, the Trash Pandas, which has been the gem for the Halos this year. They're running away with their division. This is a kid, 22-year-old defender, brings a lot of energy. This could be the 6th guy for the Trash Pandas to make their MLB debut for the Halos this season.
I saw him a number of games in spring training. A solid player. 281 batting average down in Double-A with 18 stolen bases. He had 57 RBIs, too. Just about 6 home runs. So he makes good contact, he runs well and defends well, and that's what you want at this particular point. And to get that opportunity, I've always loved when your team is successful, minor league team is successful, I always think reward them, bring them up to get a feel for the major league level. And it's going to be great for him today.
And we've been rewarded to have you here for the opening segment.
For one segment.
For one
He
segment.
never stays with us more than once.
Not more than one.
He leaves us.
So unfortunately, we are going to be rewarded to have you leave.
No, and have you back again tomorrow.
Hopefully have you back again tomorrow.
Well, I'd love to be invited, fellas.
You are invited. The email's coming.
Open.
I appreciate it. Mark Gubas has got to go. We got to go. That was our first segment here on Angels Live pregame. We're just getting started, though, because coming up next, we had a home run derby last night against the Mariners. And, hey, you had a future Hall of Famer hitting one out, and you had a guy who's been the biggest surprise, of course, Luis Rengifo. We'll talk Rengifo and Trout on the other side from the Big A.
Que ha impactado Puerto Rico y el mundo.
Esta pieza que estamos haciendo ahora es porque nos impactó la historia de Clemente.
Roberto Clemente, one of the outstanding baseball players in the game today.
Y no es el deporte, no es la figura, no es los puntos, no es eso, es lo que hizo por la cultura.
I always work with the youth in Puerto Rico, and I would like to keep working with the youth, which it means a lot to me.
Site. Make sure your cell phones are charged because it's Shohei Day at the Big A and Angels Live on Valley Sports, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealer. Shohei Ohtani getting ready to take the hill here tonight against the Seattle Mariners. Game 2 of this 4-game series. And after an 8-7 win last night, Halos looking for their second straight. And those Mariners trying to get themselves into the postseason for the first time in 21 years. You think there's some pressure there? I would say yes, but this is the pressure Shohei Ohtani likes. As we welcome you back underneath the hats outside the Big A, that is the one and only Bobby Valentine. I'm Ken French, and we will continue this conversation about the offense. Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, we know what he brings to the mound, but the Halos need to score some more runs like they did last night. Long ball was prevalent, 7 home runs between the two teams, 3 from the Halos. But Bobby V, future Hall of Famer, had 1, but the biggest surprise this year for the Angels, he had 2, Luis Rengifo.
Yeah, Lewis has been out there every day for the last 4 months. He's played 3 different positions. He's hit from both sides of the plate. Last night he had his best offensive night, maybe, I guess, in his career, where he hit this solo home run right-handed on a fastball inside, and then decided to turn over on the other side of the plate. And when he got a very back fastball down the middle of the plate, he had a 3-run homer to put the team ahead to stay. You know, he's played good defense, he's run the bases, and he's been very durable. You know, durable is something that we wish and we know every player wants. And Mike Trout is so darn good, I just wish he could play every day. He's probably the best player in the game. He's probably the best hitter in the game, but he needs to be on the field for 140 games next year, and that will really make a difference. 1.454 oops. Ooh, pretty good.
Mike Trout, 54 career home runs against the Mariners. That's most all-time. 7 homers his last 9 games against the M's. He's got 8 homers his last 10 overall. But what about Luis Rengifo? 5 homers, 9 RBI in 16 games. He had 4 RBIs last night. That's a new career high. And oh, by the way, first Halo to hit a home run in the same game from each side of the plate since Kendrys Morales, 2012. Don't forget, Chili Davis did it 6 times. Devon White did it 2 times as well. But back to Luis Rengifo and what he's been able to do. 299 since he was recalled from AAA on June 18th. And all he did, 11 homers, 21 doubles, 37 RBI in 77 games. He is more than proven he can get it done. And one thing, Bob, I want to ask you, we saw Andrew Velasquez maybe just going to the right side of the plate. But Luis Rengifo, he looks like both sides very productive.
Well, right now, I think he's trying to prove that he can be that everyday player and that he could be a switch hitter every day. He has a little thing going with the left side that it looks like he's straightened out last night, elongated his hitch a little so it's not so abrupt and choppy. And if he gets that down, again, being a switch hitter is really difficult. Frenchie, you were a switch hitter when you played. You're a little undersized at the time, so you had to take advantage of all of your tools. But Luis has to practice both sides of the plate every day to keep it sharp. It's a real tough thing to do.
That was a really good bunner, Bobby V. That's all.
From both sides of the plate.
From both sides of the plate. All right, we're taking the time out here on Angels Live. Coming at you from outside the Big A. When we do come back, a very special moment. Something we haven't seen here at the Big A since 2019. Make-A-Wish is back. And one incredible young man was at the center of it all.
Morongo is made.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis.
You're going to see athleticism like you've never seen before.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game.
Every night. Only on MLB Network.
Swing and a miss. Got him again.
Get fired up, everybody. It's Shohei Day coming at you from the Big A. Shohei Ohtani making his 25th start, Game 2, this 4-game set against the Seattle Mariners. Ken French, that is Bobby Valentine. And everybody needs another hero, despite what Tina Turner said, because it's very important that these athletes, as you know, on and off the field. They're role models. Fans love to be around them, and it's been difficult with COVID for them to have that type of interaction, but we had something very special happen here today. For more on that, we bring in Carlin Baith from inside the Big A. And Carlin, Make-A-Wish is back. A young man has been here. The Halos were happy. His family was happy. What was it like to finally have Make-A-Wish back here at the Big A?
It was incredible, Frenchie. It's been since 2019 that the Angels have had a Make-A-Wish granted here at the Big A. So not only was the family enthralled, and the kid, his name is Bodie as well, but the staff members and the players, it was truly a special moment. So Bodie, he's 10 years old. He has recovered from an aggressive form of lymphoma. He's been waiting for this wish for about 4 years now. It was finally granted today. Let's hear from his parents right now before we break down some of the special things he did today.
It's so special. Like the Angels, like Bodie's dream. We came like a week ago for his birthday when they announced his wish, and today has just been the huge surprise for him. Like from being picked up in a limo to being out here at batting practice, like he's so stoked. Yeah, I can't describe like what it means to him. And
how much pride do you have being able to be here and see him just light up, and then also enjoy this all together as well?
It's amazing, just like watching his and Sky's face like light up, like when they get to like see their heroes and like get given a ball, or like Bodie got gloves and like, you know, he came running over to Shannon to like say how special that was. Yeah.
Last question for you. You know, his sister being here, she seems like a little firecracker right alongside him. They're like a little tag team. How cool is it that she's kind of old enough too to be able to enjoy this with him?
I didn't expect this at all, and I think it's even more special because when Bodie went through all of that, he was in such a critical state, and she got separated from him and I and couldn't see him or me for the entire 4 months that he was going through his treatment. And so she became like part of this shadow, and to be included in this journey means so much to her for sure because of that, and so I just am so grateful.
You can hear the emotion there from his mom, Shannon, as she was expressing, you know, not only is it great for Bodie to be here and experience this as well, but Sky, his little sister, she's almost 8 years old. She had just as much fun as him. They got to meet players outside at BP. Phil Nevin, manager of the Angels, came over, said hello, gave them some game balls as well. And as I'm talking, guys, they had gone to the batting cages to meet Mike Trout prior to the game as well. It's one of Bodie's favorite players, so can't wait to catch up with him later on and see how that went. But truly a special day, and so great to see Make-A-Wish back at the Big A. Frenchie?
Love it, Carlin. Great stuff, great interview, great family. I mean, so you said you can hear it in the voices, and Bobby, you've been around this a lot, to be able to see what the players mean to the kids, and what the kids mean to the players as well.
It's all about memories, Frenchie, and to think that a memory like that was created right before our very eyes, right here in our stadium, because of the great players on the team that the Angels have right now. I think it's great.
By the way,
memories are special.
Bodie was holding Mike Trout's bat right there, Bobby. I think if there's a home run or two in there, then there could be some synergy going on here. We're going to take another time out here in Angels Live, coming at you from outside the Big A. When we do come back, Shohei Ohtani on the hill tonight. Yeah, it's Shohei Day at the Big A, but who's backing him up? Lineups on the other side.
Tonight, the top-ranked ring.
Nos impactó la historia de Clemente, lo que hizo por la cultura.
Trabajaba en la noche, estudiaba en la mañana y entrenaba en las tardes. Así era, puedo decir, todo mi día, todos los días.
Nanu bașa și când șciopotul la club băitul bașco.
Si tú tienes en tu corazón sembrar deporte en alguien, puede cambiar la vida a quien sea.
Shohei Day at the Big A's. Welcome back to Angels Live on Valley Sports, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. You know what? Just like today, we're hoping the Halos can win at home, because after they do win at home, you can redeem free medium fries with a $1 minimum purchase at participating SoCal McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app. And as always, love to say this, just dump them all in a tray and share with your friends. Shohei trying to get some more fries for the kids. Here's the lineup, backing up Shohei Ohtani here tonight at the Big A. Michael Stefanik will bat ninth. He gets to start at second base. We mentioned Fletch. Sorry about that. He is on the IL with the hand injury. Matt Duffy back in the lineup, as well as Mike Ford. Renjifo, though, Trout, Shohei, a pretty good 1-2-3, Bobby.
Yeah, 1-2-3, and Taylor Ward heating up. Runs are necessary so that Shohei can get out his entire repertoire.
Pretty good.
Get those strikeouts.
Yeah.
And not worry about holding a short lead.
Yeah, 3 for 4 last night is Taylor Ward. They're taking on a 24-year-old right-hander in George Kirby, a rookie. He's beat the Halos twice already this season. It's a good pitching matchup between Shohei and Kirby.
Hey, Kirby's got really good stuff. Knowing that he's pitching in a pennant race, I expect his best tonight also.
All right, it is Shohei Day at the Big A. We can't wait to get things going. First pitch is right around the corner as Shohei Ohtani taking on the Seattle Mariners after a win last night. Shohei Ohtani looking to make it 2 in a row against the Mariners team trying to get into the postseason. Patrick O'Neill, Mark Gubiza, Carlin Baith are next.
While most drivers spend their lives going,
baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.tv's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.tv.
of a fan.
Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Jack in the Box. And by ball game, I mean we have a good one in store for you tonight. Angels Mariners game 2 of 4. Showtime. That's right, Shohei Ohtani is on the bump, looking to further convince everyone outside of our general vicinity that he is the American League MVP, and he'll get a chance tonight against a very good Seattle Mariners team. What a game it was last night. With Mark Gubaza, I'm Patrick O'Neill. It was like a heavyweight tilt back and forth. Halos won, and now Ohtani gets another chance.
Yeah, Patrick, that was a lot of fun last night. Shohei Ohtani now on the mound today. He'll be swinging the bat also in that number 3 spot in a lineup, but he has thrown the ball so well this entire season. When you look at some of the numbers he has put up this season, 9 times he's had 10 or more strikeouts in a game. That's the second most in the major leagues. The last Angel with more, the Express, Nolan Ryan in 1979. He's got that 2-seamer working. He threw a pitch the last time out against the Astros, 101.4 miles per hour. And he had to do some serious damage against some great lineups with Toronto and the Astros, including that good game last time out against Houston. Last 15 starts, 9-4 ERA, 1.83, 3-0 in his career versus Seattle with an ERA barely over 2, 40 strikeouts, only 5 walks in 31 innings. And going back to those last 3 starts, 2-0 with an ERA 0.90. That's against the Jays, the Astros, and the Astros now Seattle, another team looking to go into the postseason. He's been that good against the very best in baseball.
I know he had the blister last time out. No issues, though, for this one.
No, he feels good. Especially he feels good throwing his slider and his sinker, so expect him to use those 2 pitches. The splitter is always something. It's so dominant. Expect him to use that once again here tonight against Seattle, because you know what? Yeah. They will put the ball in play, but they will chase when it's lower part of the strike zone. Hopefully get some chases down there today.
Ohtani, 12 strikeouts away from 200 on the season. Will it happen tonight? Don't bet against it. Ohtani and the Angels against the Seattle Mariners, who are second in the American League wild card. This game has stakes, and we have it for you. Lineups, first pitch coming up next.
A brief moment was all Roberto Clemente ever needed. He displayed incredible talent as a World Series champion, MVP, and 15-time All-Star. He fought injustice and helped those in need throughout his life of service. And he inspired generations of players and fans over the past 50 years to make a difference in their communities. Roberto Clemente changed baseball forever, ensuring his brief moment remains eternal.
From inside jokes,
hey look, it's Mike Napafanakis,
to insiders' perspectives,
I like over 5.5 strikeouts on Walker Buehler.
Your best bet is the pregame spread, served up only on MLB Network.
Strikeout night for Shohei.
Swing and a miss.
Got him again.
Everybody, get your hands up. Get your hands
Well, the man of the hour is about to toe the rubber for the Angels. That is Shohei Ohtani, and well, it is in fact showtime here at the Big A alongside Mark Gubaza. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Carlin Bathe with us down on the field since June 9th. All right, this is just since June 9th. 9-4, sub-2 ERA, opponent batting average at 206, 15 starts. And during that time, he's hit 282 with 23 homers, and this is in 81 games as a hitter and as a pitcher. And I know we know how good this guy is as a two-way player, something that has never been done or will be done again for quite some time. But it just might need some convincing to others when it comes to the AL MVP. Hopefully, he really has a great showing.
Yeah, my go-tos for Shohei to continue this stretch he's had. You mentioned since that long period of time, 15 starts. Really, we look at his last 3, what he's done, and get that slider and get chases with his slider. He's got a high percentage, a 39.7% whiff percentage versus his slider. And sinker, four-seam combo for some quick outs on the ground, get some outs and be able to get deeper in the game and utilize that slider, splitter, and curveball combo to get some punch-outs when need be.
Well, you know, Gooby, when we were doing our open, we got an announcement that there has been a lineup change for the Mariners. A late scratch is Julio Rodriguez. We don't know a reason why. As soon as we do, we'll let you know. So here it is. J.P. Crawford, Ty France, Carlos Santana. And it's Jesse Winker, Cal Rowley, Adam Frazier, Sam Haggerty. Taylor Trammell gets the start in center field. Abraham Toro is at third. Also, no Eugenio Suarez for Scott Service's Mariners because last night, little fracture on his index finger on his throwing hand. He was placed on the 10-day IL.
And that's a big part of their lineup, especially a big moment, home run power for Scott Service and Seattle. Shohei Ohtani's all about business on the mound, and that first inning, always the important inning for Shohei Ohtani.
So J.P. Crawford will lead off on this Saturday night. On a perfect night for baseball. First pitch is in there for strike one. So the two big bats out of the lineup for the M's in Rodriguez and Suarez. It's combined about 68 home runs nearly.
But for Shohei Ohtani, it's all about him executing his pitch. It doesn't matter who's in the lineup against him. He's ready to compete at the highest level. Long time waiting to throw that baseball for Shohei.
And we saw Stassi take quite a beating last night, but he is back in there. He's been the primary catcher for Ohtani. Fouled back, 1-2.
See what secondary pitch right now Shohei's comfortable with to try to get a strikeout now.
Another long wait. Here's the 1-2. Just fouled at the plate. Defense behind Shohei here today. Let's take a look at the outfield. Mickey Moniak in left, Mike Trout in center, and Taylor Ward played some great defense last night in right. Infield, third to first, Duffy, Rengifo, Stefanik, and Ford. And doing the catching, as I mentioned, Max Stassi.
And the defense always starts with that guy on the mound. And Shohei Ohtani is excellent. This 7 steals allowed in 11 attempts in his career. That's covering 60 starts. Fields his position well, but completely shuts down a running game against him.
We'll try that 1-2 once again.
Hard fastball right away, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball for Ohtani. See how late Crawford, a guy that makes contact though. Not an easy guy to strike out. Between him and Frazier, they make consistent contact.
Now the splitter misses, 2-2. Ohtani with 141 innings pitched on the season, just shy of qualifying. You need an inning per game played. This is game 145 for the Halos, so it gets deep in this game. He will once again qualify. 4 more starts for Ohtani, including tonight. Second to last here at the Big A, where he pitches extremely well.
Pretty patient at bat for Crawford, as usual. Sees a lot of pitches. Worked his way to a full count now. Ty France waiting on deck. As usual with Shohei, you just try to battle your way through the first inning and then get on that roll.
And the 3-2 gets past Ohtani, but Rengifo is there.
By the way, you see how quick his reflexes were on that one?
Yep.
Amazing. Almost got to that baseball.
He hasn't fielded a ton of baseballs this year, but he's just so athletic.
And with the defense different for him this game, the way his defense is set up, especially in the middle part of the infield with Rengifo and Stefanik, you're going to see him more apt to try to field his position a little bit differently. A lot of guys in this starting in the infield have not played a whole lot behind Shohei Ohtani. So this is when he becomes that 5th infielder.
Ty France now with 1 down. What a game for Rengifo last night. Homered from both sides of the plate, playing shortstop. David Fletcher placed on the IL last night. Livan Soto has been recalled from AA Rocket City, and his first game will be his major league debut. It became unfair for Fletcher. The hand was just, it was too difficult for him to swing the bat. The hope is he'll come back and be able to play again before the end of the season.
I love when you're seeing from Shohei, though, Patrick. He'll drop down a different arm angle at times with his slider. A little different arm angle in that one. You know how well Ty France hits breaking balls. 297 with 52 hits versus breaking balls.
Wow, that slider is awesome.
So the one before, a little bit lower arm angle. That one is normal arm slide on the slider. So 2 different looks on a slider for a guy that hits breaking balls exceptionally well.
Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the night for Ohtani. 11 away from 200.
And changing that up as far as speed, that went up to 88-mile-an-hour slider. So 3 types of sliders over top with the arm angle and 88. So a little bit lower arm angle, brings it up more so, but then there's a separation in speeds, and then he goes 88 for the punch out. Again, when you're talking about a guy that hits breaking balls that well as Ty France does, that's how good that slider is.
With 2 down, here's Carlos Santana, who also had a multi-homer game last night. A switch hitter, swing and a miss, strike 1. We got the word from the Mariners on the reason why Julio Rodriguez was scratched, lower back tightness.
Such an exciting young player. You just hope for the best, and hopefully he'll be back out there as soon as possible for Seattle. As a baseball fan, you just love watching him play.
Let's second that. 0-2.
So slider, cutter, backdoor slider, cutter at 92.
Two outs here, top of the first.
It's like Shohei shook off a splitter, it looked like.
Look at all the, he's going through all the pitches there, like 5 or 6 different ones. What does he want here, sir?
I'm wondering, because I, as a pitcher myself, I had like 1 shake for you. It's either slider or fastball.
He had 5 different shake offs. The 0-2. 101.
Sinker. 101. Sinker. Wow.
How do you explain it? Insane.
Look how much, I don't know how you fouled that ball off, by the way. The only thing you look is some tape, video, I should say, of that sinker is a hitter against him.
You talked about the first inning being that one that Shohei needs to get past to settle in. He's taking time.
Not quite on the same page yet. I don't know if it was because he anticipated. I mean, granted, you got through that at bat with Crawford leading off instead of Julio Rodriguez, but the pace a little slower than normal for Shohei.
Swing and a miss, another strikeout. That's 190, 10 away from 200 on the season, and a great start.
All his pitches, I love that sinker at 101, but then follows up with another nasty slider. The arm angle has been excellent, and the changing of the speeds of the slider, perfect for Shohei.
Hi, I'm CC Sabathia. If Win Reality was around when I was pitching, I would have hated it. But my son Carson's a hitter, and I don't pitch anymore, so I love Win Reality.
Dad, the camera's over here.
Be ready for real. Win Reality.
If we weren't proud of the craftsmanship and level of detail that go into every pair of Warby Parker glasses, well, we probably wouldn't show you how they're made, including this part, which is our favorite. Wow. And this is also great. When you order a new frame, we custom cut and polish a pair of lenses just for you. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Hey, it's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
To start this game off on the hill, and now he'll change his gear and get ready to hit. Here's the batting order for the Halos: Rengifo, Trout, Ohtani. Then Ward, Ford, Duffy, Moniak, Stassi, and Stefanik. You look at the kid, 27, Mike Trout. He's homered in 5 consecutive games here at the Big A. That's tied a record. George Kirby is who they'll face. Now, this is his 24th start. 22nd career start, I should say. He's 24 years old, but he's had 4 starts against the Angels.
And he's been on a roll, really, when you go back to his last 9 starts. My go-tos to have success against Kirby here tonight. He's a guy that throws a lot of fastball, and you got to have success as far as that cut fastball. Batting average of 362 versus his cutter, and don't chase that high fastball. He gets a lot of strikeouts, 89 of them with his fastball, and he's kept the ball in the ballpark over his last 9 starts. 0 home runs allowed in his last 9 starts, 5-0 with ERA 1.90. A guy that throws a lot of fastballs and not giving up home runs, that's impressive.
Quickly 0-2 to Rengifo, who had a career night last night. Multi-homer game, both sides of the plate. First time an Angel has done that in 10 years since Morales. 4 RBIs, also a career high. What a season. Breakout year for Rengifo.
That high fastball, he's going to be 93 to 98. There's a cutter. It's a curveball, it's changeup, you saw that already, and slider. And he throws a ton of strikes. He is around the strike zone.
Oh, chasing. Now is down and in on a tight curveball. Rengifo strikes out for out number 1. Bring it up, Mike Trout. We get to our Indeed player resume. And Trout's going to get a nice round of applause at how good he has been since coming off the IL. But look at the career games versus Seattle. 176 career games, a 326 average, an 1100 OPS, and 54 home runs. That's the most by any player, and 30 of those in the last 61 games.
Amazing, those numbers, and he's seen a lot of fastballs too from Seattle pitching, and he's been hitting the fastball very well.
Well, that's Brendan Miller, home plate umpire, called that a strike.
Trout 1 for 2 with a home run against Kirby.
Kirby was the August Rookie of the Month. And that is hit towards right field, and that's going to get down for a knock for Trout.
And Trout gets a fastball, goes inside out. He's keeping that head down, he lines it at right center. Not the usual exit velocity off the bat necessarily for Trout, but going the other way will bring a pitch on the inner half at some point during this game, and that's one he can hit a long way. See if Shohei can help himself out at the dish. 2 home runs this season when he's on the mound starting the game.
You see his season numbers there at the plate. He gave a tip of the helmet towards the Seattle Mariners dugout. The ever polite one, Ohtani-san. And he absolutely hammers that one. That ball is off the wall. Trout got a late jump. He's going to be sent. The throw to the plate, not in time. RBI double for Ohtani. 1-0 Angels, and he helps himself out.
Boy, that was an absolute rocket by Shohei. Going the other way, he's been hitting the ball the other way, and it's a series every swing. And you knew at some point he was going to get some lift. Exit velocity, 106.8 miles per hour. Shohei thought he got it himself. Kirby thought Ohtani got it. What a swing. When you think about it, he hits a baseball off the bat, 107 miles per hour, and he threw a pitch, 101.1 miles per hour in the same inning. Hello, Shohei.
Well, that missed by half a foot. And he picks up his 89th RBI in the season. He's in scoring position for Taylor Ward.
What a shot that was. Still, when you put it in perspective, you hit a baseball in the bottom of the first inning, 107 miles an hour, and you threw one at the top of the first at 101.
That would have been a homer in 26 other ballparks, FYI.
And when you're on a stretch as a pitcher, you haven't given up home runs. That you get a break every once in a while, and that's exactly what happened with Kirby there. That's going over now 47 and a third innings pitched. Not allowed a home run. That was that close to being the first one he's allowed now in 10 starts.
Nice job by Trout, also on the bases to get around and score on that rocket.
Taylor Ward's swinging the bat well again. Good count. Look for a fastball here for a guy that throws a lot of fastballs.
3-hit night for Taylor last night, and great defense. End of the game with a good catch. Well, I know when you pitched, a lot of times you said, just get me 1 run.
But also said 11 or 12 was all right, too. But I'll take 1. Take my chances.
Full count.
That's 72% of the time this season for Kirby, the youngster. Showing a 3-2 fastball to a right-handed batter. See if he continues that pattern. He'll try to go upstairs with it if he can.
And he got him swinging. And there's 2 down here in the first.
Boy, he has life on his fastball. This paints the outside corner at 96. And it's above the belt, which makes it even more difficult to make contact with. now has 90 strikeouts with his fastball. 117 strikeouts on the season with only 14 walks.
Mike Ford takes strike one. Big man playing first base tonight. City Connect Unis got him a W last night, 6-4 on the season. 0-2.
Oh, he's really close to that back foot with his hard slider.
George Kirby from Rye, New York, and also pitched at Elon University for 3 seasons in North Carolina. Last 11, 5-0 with a sub-2 ERA, and as you mentioned, 0 homers allowed. And fractions of an inch. That would have been gone by Ohtani, but he stands at second base. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Halos, and a swing and a miss and a strikeout. So 3 strikeouts in the first for George Kirby. Ohtani drives in the lone run, and he's back on the bump.
Take control of your health by boosting your force field, the immune system. With the Aura Ring, you can listen to your body's signals and raise your defenses. Aura tells you when your temperature is higher than normal, how to improve your sleep, or if your heart rate shows signs of stress, so you can decide to push yourself or to lie low. Live smarter, stronger, healthier with the Aura Ring. Aura.
This is the planning effect. Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. A lot of ideas. So when she wants a plan based on what matters most, she turns to Fidelity. At Fidelity, anyone can create a free plan, a plan that can change as your priorities do. And Nina's free plan, it leaves her free to focus on what's important right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
On the bump, top of the second, or Hyundai key for the game today. A little Chris Tomlin chase me down, get some chases down below the strikeout, below the strike zone with his slider and splitter, and even that sinker. Chase me down. Shohei Ohtani with 2 strikeouts, top of the first, in those chases below the strike zone.
Well, he's through the first. He drove in the run, scored Mike Trout, who had singled.
Oh wait, that's pretty quick how Trout got around. That was a rocket off the wall. That's how fast Trout is.
When I was pulling in, and there was a huge group of Japanese fans that were making their first ever appearance here at Angel Stadium. They were taking the photos, and I know there is a 16-hour time difference, so it's Sunday morning in Japan, and we welcome our fantastic Angels fans in Japan and all around the world. We're witnessing history once again. Ohtani is a better pitcher this year than he was last year. And I think as a hitter, although he doesn't have the power numbers, strikeouts are down, doesn't chase as much.
And Winker at the plate doesn't swing at the first pitch a lot, but when you're dealing with Shohei Ohtani, a lot of hitters are up swinging at the first pitch.
Just like that.
And part of the reason is because you don't want to fall behind and have to deal with so many variety of out pitches that Shohei Ohtani brings to the mound every time.
In there, 0-2. Last night things got a little spicy with Jose Quijada on the bump in the 7th. Jesse Winker was at the plate. There was some chirping from the Mariners dugout, Julio Rodriguez, about whether or not Quijada was coming to a full stop. When Winker reached first base after the walk, he told both Matt Dice and Winker thought he was coming to a complete stop. So I got that info for you. But it was pretty heated last night.
That four-seamer at 99. We saw him throw his sinker at 101. Good numbers in his career in 5 starts versus Seattle. 8-1 strikeout to walk ratio in 31 innings for Ohtani.
The 1-2 swing. Oh, and he just got a piece, fouled off at the plate.
Look at the pitch arsenal for Shohei Ohtani against Seattle this season. Statcast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. Four-seam fastball about 37%, slider 31%. A lot of them split about 15, curve at 4, do a few sinkers, and cutter at about 7% against Seattle. He's already used his slider quite a bit so far today in his 20 pitches. 15 of the 20 strikes so far for Ohtani.
Decent percentage.
There's a split. Trying to get those chases down. Couldn't quite get him to go after that splitter.
Even though that was a 1-2-3 first inning for Ohtani with 2 Ks, still seemed like he was trying to get on the same page with Stassi. Traditional signs with nobody on.
Okay, he went on that one.
No swing, says Jerry Meals.
That looked like he went on that one. Let's see if he was able to hold up. He had the momentum going forward, and he definitely swung at that one.
Nevin would probably agree.
Even looked like
Winker
Jesse Winker thought, wow, thank you for that one.
The 3-2 just fouled off at the plate. Another cutter at 92. So he threw a sinker at 101. He's got the cutter, the four-seamer, he's got the slider, he's got the split.
See if he can get a ground ball rated Stefanik here now.
In there, got him. Jesse Winker strikes out 3 in a row for Ohtani.
That little harder slider, that might have been a little off the inside corner, though. And then Jesse Winker had a little reason to be upset with that one. That was off the plate.
Well, considering the check swing break he got. He gets rung up. One down.
Cal Raleigh's another hitter in this lineup, especially when you think of power numbers, swinging on the first pitch.
You're all over it tonight, partner.
So 6 swing and misses so far for Ohtani. 5 have been on his slider. So his slider, very, very effective. Remember, keep in mind, last time out when he had to leave the game with that blister issue on his index finger, he said part of it, he says, I could have kept throwing a slider. That's no problem at all. You're seeing a slider being used here early on and effectively used early on for Shohei.
And the dude just wants to win, flat out.
I'll tell you what, though, when you look at these guys playing behind him, they go, it's next level. When you have an ace on your staff, that day, everyone's got an edge to them playing the field for you. They want to make every play. They want to do everything possible to keep this magical season going again for Ohtani. Talked to Matt Duffy about that double play turn yesterday. He said he had to get rid of it quickly. Gave a lot of credit to Luis Rengifo on the transfer of that double play last night, a huge one. So you see the defense ready to make a play for Ohtani here.
Behind 2-1, that is driven to center field, and that is going to get down. Trout over to cut it off, and that's a good play to keep that to a single. And that's the first hit of the game for the Mariners.
That baseball was hit hard. Cal Raleigh, but Trout able to cut it off and get it in quickly to second base. Ball off the bat, 108 miles per hour. And Shohei's going to generate a lot of that power with his velocity on his pitches. But because of that play by Trout, you still keep a double play in order. Shohei's had 7 double plays turned behind him this season. Not a huge ground ball percentage, about 38.4% ground ball rate. Does have 1 ground ball out today.
Well, this guy at the plate will definitely make contact. Adam Frazier. Tough to strike out. 1 on, 1 out here, top of the second. 1-0 Halos. That's in there for strike 1.
It's that cutter. So you're seeing right now an established part of the plate you can go to.
Yep, that inside part for the lefty.
Brendan Miller's calling that pitch inside. So keep that in mind as you go forward here in this game for both pitchers. George Kirby can pitch inside very well, the lefties too. He paints his fastball. Even away, that's the part of the plate, whether it's into a lefty or away on a righty, he's been calling. I think that's by design. He tried to go that cutter upstairs. That's one of those pitches, though, against Adam Frazier. He can make contact with it. We talk about him being a good contact hitter. A cutter upstairs, more of a flat break, allows him to at least punch that ball to left. So if you're Mickey Moniak and a left field, you got to be ready for a pitch here thrown by Ohtani and Frazier at the plate.
Here's the 0-2. The difference in the fastballs as far as the velo is concerned. So if the cutter is at around 92, the four-seamer's at the 94, 95 range, and then he throws that sinker at 101. Like, what's the different grip on all those fastballs?
Well, the 2 and 4 seam completely different. It's across the seam, the 2 seam in between the seams of the baseball, but the cutter is going to put more pressure on the. You think a cutter, it's almost similar to a slider, would be throwing a football. You just have that quick little action with your wrist, and that's going to have that cut action, even though you're going to have a similar velocity between that and your 4-seamer.
Ohtani warning the Mariners bench.
Seattle's made Shohei work a little bit here as far as pitches thrown.
He's been effective, 33, 23 strikes. They fouled also pretty tough pitches.
Mariners with 19 games left in the season. Halos with 18. The stretch run.
Well, so far, he's thrown at least 3 splitters. It hasn't had a good feel for it yet. He bounced them. Hasn't been close enough to get a swing at that yet.
It was 75 degrees that first pitch. And the ball was, I mean, same exact temperature last night. 7 homers. I mean, it was jumping out of the yard.
Shohei's going to try a backdoor slider here now.
Cal Raleigh at first. 1 out. And a 2-2 to Frazier. That sinker, hard sinker, inside misses, 3-2.
Scott Service have enough trust in Frazier to make contact to send Raleigh here. You usually don't think that, especially with 1 out. You're trying to create an opportunity to score against Shohei.
Ground ball. That's a nice play by Rengifo, and he gets the force out. What a play! Hopefully he's okay. Reaching for his left hand, glove hand.
Mention that defense when a star and an ace is on the bump. You're going to make those plays. It's our all-state mayhem moment. What a play. That looked like it was destined to be a hit. Shohei Ohtani loving that play by Rengifo. That baseball is by him. The presence of mind to quickly throw to second and get the force out against Cal Raleigh, who was not going on the pitch. Shohei liking that defense. Nice play by Trout, cutting off that play to right center, and now that great play by Rengifo.
A+, top notch. What a play by Rengifo. 2 outs. Sam Haggerty is the batter. The switch hitter, always a tough out. Takes strike 1. Curveball in there.
Yeah, you were wondering when he was going to drop that slow little 75-mile-an-hour curveball in there.
He's having a great season. Tough little player for the Mariners. He's been hitting lefties extremely well. Strike 2. He's had a tough September at the plate after a red-hot August. Ohtani already with 3 strikeouts. Well, he wanted it, just missed.
So we've already established he's not going to call that pitch, and even though that's off the plate, slightly off the plate, we're seeing that inside part. But that's a good splitter, though. That's a good sign. If he's able to throw that splitter like that, he can come right back with the exact same splitter. There's a chance. But that's when we hear the oohs and ahs in the crowd that you might get a swing and miss from Haggerty if it's not in the zone.
Ground ball, Duffy trying to make a play, just foul. Jerry Meals on the call. That's a break.
Talk about letting the baseball get deep in the zone. That was almost in the catcher's mitt. That was one of those crazy swings that a lot of times results in a fair ball. You see it going foul. Once it gets by the bag, it's a third base umpire's call. In front of the bag, it's a home plate umpire's call. That was a cutter.
A battle here in the second. 2 down, 1 on, and the 1-2. Fouled away.
99-mile-an-hour sinker.
This is fun. We've seen a once-in-a-lifetime player right here. Adam Frazier at first, pretty good speed.
It's a slower pace for Shohei today. Now, whether it was a change in the lineup, he's so precise on how to attack every single hitter in the lineup. Or just not on the same page quite yet with Max Stassi as far as what pitches to throw. And you can see it once again.
Well, they got it now. Right back to Ohtani, and you highlighted his defense to start the game, and well, that's just a perfect example right there.
Quick. That baseball was hit pretty hard, right back up the middle, and how quick you are to have to make that play, but how quick Rengifo was to make that play. That ball was almost in the outfield, grass, the force out, and then Ohtani fielding his position right back at him, picks it, gets that out. Shohei still up with the Angels 1-0.
Roberto Clemente, que ha impactado Puerto Rico y el mundo.
Esta pieza que estamos haciendo ahora es porque nos impactó la historia de Clemente.
Roberto Clemente, one of the outstanding baseball players in the game today.
Y no es el deporte, no es la figura, no es los puntos, no es eso, es lo que hizo por la cultura.
I always work with the youth in Puerto Rico, and I would like to keep working with the youth, which it means a lot to me.
Join Kevin Millar and Steven Nelson on a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize. It's unpredictable pin and chase coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat. Join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
On the 10-day IL today after suffering a right hand contusion. Livan Soto up from the trash pandas, as you saw in the dugout right now. CT scans are clear, X-rays are clear. He's dealing with that right hand contusion, and it was affecting his at-bats, which is not good. Phil Nevin told us he's one of their best defenders. It's been tough on him. He doesn't want to keep sending him out there just to make outs, though, guys. He wants him to play. He doesn't want to see his batting average dip either, which is kind of him. And Fletcher was asked about that after the game, and he kind of had that dry David Fletcher tone and was like, I hadn't thought about it like that. But the plan is to get him rested, hopefully get him back in for the last week of the season, guys.
Okay, yeah, Carlin, thank you very much for that. Livan Soto, Valencia, Venezuela, really nice guy, speaks English extremely well. He told me that the Trash Pandas, Rocket City, have everything working for him. It's like new facility, they're pitching, they're playing great defense, but he is so excited to make his MLB debut. He spoke to his family back in Venezuela. He said he was crying, they were crying. And don't be surprised if this guy's that shortstop tomorrow and maybe even Monday.
Well, I mean, in his numbers too, we saw 281, but 18 stolen bases, saw him quite a bit spring training. Well, this is the kind of inning you want to make sure you somehow get a little bit longer at bat here now if you're Max Stassi, because they have Shohei threw quite a few pitches in the top of the second, so 2 quick outs.
Yep, that's a Kirby. That's a great point. You have Duffy with the fly ball out to right, and then ground ball to first base. Here's Max Stassi. He wants to try to help his pitcher out.
It's because you haven't seen Ohtani get comfortable yet on the mound. Even though he's done his job, not quite comfortable on the mound yet. Well, you can see that movement Kirby has with his fastball. He throws a 2- and 4-seam fastball similar to Shohei, although he throws a few more sinkers than Ohtani will.
If you're just joining us, it's 1-0 Halos, a Trout single, and then Ohtani going the opposite way. An absolute missile that just missed a home run by a foot. He was stranded at second base with 1 out. And he has worked hard in 2 innings. Allowed 1 hit.
Loves to get hitters that go out and expand the strike zone and swing at a 4-seam fastball just above the strike zone. And to throw that many 4-seam fastballs upstairs, yet keep the ball in the ballpark, is pretty impressive.
Well, Kirby strikes out Stassi, so 3 quick outs. How will this impact Ohtani, who has to jump right back out to the hill for the Halos?
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up and all shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. Don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
That ball is gone. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Clean innings with 3 strikeouts, but he's definitely had to work. Take a look at our Discover matchup. When you talk about the American League MVP candidates, it's certainly getting a lot of buzz, these two, right? Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. It is a debate that has become slightly contentious, I think, at times. A national East Coast writer kind of taking a shot at the city of Anaheim. And, you know, to me, they're just both amazing players. Whatever happens, we're seeing great seasons from both of these guys. We have our pick. They got theirs, and let's just see what happens.
I'm a firm believer when you're talking about baseball and players in baseball, that's a good thing, whether it's you know, one side or the other. It's telling everybody around this in the world and in the States here that baseball was still very, very important, and it's a big conversation piece. I love it. I think it's great for the game.
Yeah, I think I embrace debate, and there might be a quick out. And Stefanik cuts that off, and he gets Taylor Trammell. That's a big, quick out. And if you're looking at wins above replacement, right now Aaron Judge. And a lot of people, he has the lead over Shohei Ohtani, and they have trouble, people, how to value what Shohei Ohtani is doing on both sides of the ball. I mean, he's a better pitcher this year than last year. And he won the American League MVP unanimously. I just still think it's too early to decide.
I think it's going. We talked about it on the pregame show with Ken French and Bobby Valentine. It's going down to the last game, just like a lot of chances for teams to get to the postseason. It's going to be the same thing. Shohei is scheduled at this moment to pitch the last game of the season, regular season, for the Angels up in Oakland.
He has 12 wins. He's closing in on 200 strikeouts. He could hit 40 homers.
Bottom line is people are talking baseball, and that's what you want.
Yep.
And I love that. We're seeing two phenomenal players competing at the highest level for their team.
Abraham Toro, the batter, count is 2-1. Yankees are in Milwaukee, and they're losing 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Judge is 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. He has 57 homers, as you saw. The American League record, 61 by Roger Maris in 61.
Good slider. It's a pretty good spin rate on his slider today, Shohei. Never been a guy that completely wows you with overwhelming spin on his pitches, but it's definitely above average now. A few years ago, he was average or below on spin on most of his pitches. Not the case anymore.
Looking for a flare job is Toro. That one goes foul. As far as the relatively quick, time in between innings for Shohei, how would that impact you as a pitcher?
Well, you're just trying to go out there. You want to get in a rhythm. And what I'm looking for in this half inning for Shohei is to get a rhythm on the mound. He's been taking a long time in between pitches. So once you see him get into a rhythm and a good pattern on the mound, that's when he's really going to take off. It doesn't matter if it's a short or long inning, as long as he gets in a rhythm, and still you're seeing a little bit slower pace as far as the signs being put down and agreed upon.
That couldn't feel good at all. Again, the Mariners without Eugenio Suarez on the IL. It's a little with a fracture of his index finger on his throwing hand. Julio Rodriguez, a scratch with back tightness just before first pitch. Day game tomorrow, as well as Monday, to wrap up the 4-game series. Head-to-head, 8-8 between the Angels and the Mariners. Got him.
Another strikeout on a slider. 4 on the night for Ohtani, 192 on the season.
8 away from the magic 200.
He stays on top of that baseball, straight down. And he could create, think about Shohei Ohtani, he could create different break on a slider. Some more that horizontal, some more vertical drop on a slider, depending on how hard he throws it. And it almost looks like that could have been a curveball, but it's not, because his curveball 75, 78 range. He loves to throw that generally on the first pitch to a lefty.
Second time through, here's J.P. Crawford. Ground ball out to shortstop and a long at bat to start the game. Slider for strike 1.
Movement
just off the plate.
It's great to watch reaction for hitters when they see that sinker for the first time.
I mean, the horizontal break on that is insane. Did pretty well and gets past Stefanik for a hit. 2-out single for Crawford. That's going to bring up Ty France.
That slider more middle of the plate. Crawford able to get the good part of the bat, the barrel of the bat on it. Crawford with his 3 stolen bases in 5 attempts. Ooh, that was a break on that one. That's that breaking ball that France hits so well, especially upstairs. We saw that last night on a slider upstairs, and he is on that pitch. And you see that reaction by Shohei. He's like, oh, I got away with that one. So good on breaking balls, and when you elevate a breaking ball, it's not a good result normally against France.
Swing and a miss on that one. The slider off the plate. Oh, nice break, 1 and 2. So maybe he's getting that rhythm going that you're talking about. Four strikeouts so far for Ohtani. Leading 1-0 here in the third. That's lifted to right field. Taylor Ward, long run. And he's not going to get there. So for Ohtani, on the fastest pitches on strikeouts this year, MLB starters, and the sinker at 101.4. Let's go back to the one he threw Kyle Tucker. And this is on strikeouts. And the emotion.
Yeah, that was Robbie Ray. Like emotion on that swing and miss.
And you got some guys on this leaderboard. Fastest pitches on strikeouts, Hunter Green a couple of times, DeGrom. Green 3 times, in fact, and there's Shohei Ohtani, 101.4, and he hit 101.1. Not on a strikeout, but he's got the velo working here so far tonight.
Hunter Green many a times at Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks. Splitter up and in. Still haven't quite found. He threw a pretty good splitter once this inning so far. It's Trammell, but that's about it so far as a splitter feel. Imagine after a splitter and he goes that hard slider away. Got to keep it down off the plate though. In the zone has got a chance of being hit hard by Ty France.
Little chopper, Rengifo, the short way, and takes care of business. Ohtani through 3 and due up 4th next.
MLB Big Inning brings you the biggest plays of the night, live as they happen. Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel. It's nonstop action on MLB Big Inning, every night on MLB.tv.
during every Angels home game in 2023. Season Seats. For more info on becoming a season seat holder, you call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/season seats. Careful. Oh, Trout. Almost dropped the soda. Oh, that's
Love
awesome.
that.
Look at that. They start him young. Even the baby got a nice City Connect uniform. Michael Stefanik with a single last night, snapped an 0 for 26. I spoke to him briefly. He's like, yeah, it's good to get that one out of the way. He can swing the bat, just has to prove it up here. Not easy, especially against George Kirby. Last time we saw George pitch, I believe we were in Seattle. I was bringing up some famous Georges that played Major League Baseball. Some fans said, you left off George Costanza. No, didn't.
He was a good hitting coach for Bernie Williams and Derek Jeter. I know that.
So I wanted to make sure I mentioned Costanza.
This would be unusual if you see a walk here now for Kirby. 3-0 pitch coming up to Stefanik.
Here's the 3-1. That's out towards right field. Hit pretty well. Right to Haggerty, one down. Let's get to our Kia player profile and let's put the spotlight on Luis Rengifo, playing shortstop tonight. Already made an outstanding defensive play, but it's what he's able to do at the plate right now in a real breakout season for him. Homers from both sides of the plate, same game, Angels history. Chili Davis 6 times, Devon White twice with Devannon, JT Snow, Matthews Jr., and Kendrys Morales was the last one to do it, and that was back in 2012. Now Rengifo joined that list last night.
What a solid player Kendrys Morales was.
No doubt he was, and Rengifo right now, just every time you see him before a game, you just get the sense that the guy knows he belongs at this level. Rolled over to the second baseman. Frazier takes care of him. 2 quick outs.
And now it's time for our Frontier Play Sense. Going back to that swing and that swing path for Mike Trout last night when he crushed a baseball again against Seattle. How short and quick the arc is and through the baseball for Trout. Be able to get that barrel of the bat and create that leverage to drive that one out. That's how short, strong, and quick. That timing is all together right now for Trout. And what he's done since coming back from the IL, that power numbers. And he's homered in 5 straight games here. The Big A.
Noakes and Tomey did it as opposition.
And this is not an easy guy to hit a home run against. He has given up 12 of them, and 8 have been the right-handed batters.
One of those 8, Mike Trout.
That's above the strike zone, and Trout knows that one. And if you're Kirby, you got to try a fastball that's a little bit higher, I would think. Sometimes pitchers just try to get him to chase. Trout is not a guy that's going to chase a whole lot. You had him set up for a high fastball. And that different arm angle, different release point, I should say, on the slider may bring that fastball down to a zone that Trout can hit now.
Right to shortstop. And that's a 1-2-3 third for George Kirby and the Mariners. Tight game, 1-0. Ohtani back to the bump.
With Home Chef, you're not just home cooking, you're home acing it. Our convenient options are ready in as little as 15 minutes and way quicker than takeout. When it comes to making dinner, fill in the blanks with Home Chef. Delicious, meet simple.
Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
Here comes that rainy day.
brought to you by the OC Healthcare Agency. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. By Hyundai Epic Adventures, it's your journey, own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. By Arrowhead, 100% mountain spring water, fueled by nature. And by Jack in the Box, spicy chicken strips are back at Jack in the Box for a limited time, starting at just $5.49. As the sun sets over Laguna, Southern California, another gorgeous night. Great to have you alongside. Mark Gubaza, Carla Bay, the entire Valley Sports crew, Patrick O'Neill here. And we got a tight one. 1-0 Halos here, top of the fourth. Ohtani on the hill. He was on the on-deck circle. And now he's back out to the bump. What do you like best, what you've seen so far in this one?
Well, a little bit better as far as little better pace last half inning for Shohei, but his slider's been really, really good and effective. Still haven't seen quite that crisp swing and miss splitter from him. Seems a good movement on his sinker. But he knows he's in a battle here tonight against this lineup for Seattle and Kirby on the other side. The way he's thrown the ball in his last 9 starts, just like Shohei has done over his last 15 starts.
He said he might have to help himself. He's done that with an RBI double. Kirby's retired 8 in a row since. Carlos Santana is going to lead off. Oh my goodness, come on. No, seriously, this is video game stuff. This is not human. Unreal.
Well, we were kind of promoting him a little bit for Gold Glove, and he's showing some Gold Glove reflexes today.
That's going to be a knock. Wow.
He almost apologized for Carlos Santana. I'm sorry, I caught that. My bad. Sorry. So he's made 2 excellent plays back up the middle.
Last Angels pitcher to win a Gold Glove, it was Griffin Canning in 2020. He's just the second Angels pitcher ever. You probably know the other one because he won 5 of them, 5 straight. In fact, Mark Langston stole one from my partner here, by the way. You knew I was.
We're still friends.
Yes,
We're still
of course.
friends.
Stole it, though, flat out because of the reputation.
No, he was one of the best fielding pitchers I've ever seen, Mark Langston.
Yeah.
Canning, he could pick it on the mound also, and really good as far as when you think about right-handed pitchers and slowing down a running game. It's not easy to do that. A little easier as a left-handed pitcher. But Canning, great at it, but Shohei Ohtani's excellent. Let's hope at some point you see Griffin Canning back on the bump.
There he is.
Great pickoff mode, unbelievable range on the mound.
Does a great job on the radio with Terry Smith. Bernie goes
boom.
Bernie goes boom. Terry.
Yes.
Terry.
Smitty was frozen in time there.
2-2 to Winker.
Likes to throw a cutter to Winker so far in this game. Winker coming in this now 2 for 5 now with a home run against Ohtani.
Interesting on defense. Rengifo went from short right on the shift. Completely moves over to the traditional shortstop. 2-2. Sinker downstairs at 99.
Winker's had a couple long at-bats so far, and he got him on a 3-2 slider, just a little bit off the inside corner, looking last time up. So back-to-back 3-2 counts against him.
And he pops that one up. Trout is there. And 2 down. '67 pitches. Always want to check that pitch count for Ohtani, the two-way superstar. Left that last start with a blister on the index finger of his throwing hand, of course. Still picked up the W. Last 3 starts before this one, Toronto, Houston, and Houston back-to-back. Now Seattle.
So that's twice now. He's got Cal Raleigh to swing at the first pitch, which he usually does on sliders down and in off the plate. Remember, he hit that baseball really hard. It Trout cut off in right center on a flatter slider. Looks like he's going to come back. Try to run this fastball upstairs. Oh, he tied him up good on a four-seamer. At 99.
That's got to be the hardest four-seamer he's thrown tonight. Just getting warmed up, apparently. Swing and a miss.
That's the splitter.
That's unreal. He's got 5 strikeouts, and just guess who's leading off the bottom of the 4th. Any ideas?
Showtime.
Showtime at the Big A, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss it.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Get 2 pounds of chicken breast, free in every order for a year.
Nice. What? With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
Want more hits? Train and win reality. Improve timing, pitch recognition, attack rate, and get more hits. Hitters love it, but pitchers...
I'm glad I'm retired. Be ready for real. Win reality.
Here at the Big A, taking in Ohtani-san. He's through 4. And the Angels lead 1-0, and he is leading off. And just announcing Shohei at the plate is Bodie. And he's our Make-A-Wish Man of the Hour. It was awesome to see Bodie and his family here. With Carlin, we'll have more on that. I'm sure Angels Weekly as well. Let's get that call. Ohtani drove in. Mike Trout back in the first for the only offense in this game so far.
Shohei's pretty good on fastballs upstairs, though, even high velocity fastballs at the upper part of the strike zone. It's a pretty good pitch. Good changeup from Kirby. You could throw a changeup at that lower part of the strike zone and then run a 4-seam fastball upstairs. You can see why this kid is going to be really, really good for a lot of years.
Inside, ball 4. Leadoff walk. Ohtani is doubled and now walked. So, man on. Let's go down to Carlin Bays. So, Carlin, I mentioned Bodie as our Make-A-Wish guy. He's making the announcements. And just announced Taylor Ward. You had a chance to talk to him, as did we. What a nice young man. He's making what, his Little League debut tomorrow?
Yeah, he's got his first Little League game tomorrow. He wants to be a professional baseball player when he grows up. Guys, he's only 10 years old. He's from Mammoth Lakes, battled and recovered from a form of aggressive lymphoma. And this is the first Make-A-Wish that the Angels have been able to grant since 2019. So his wish has been waiting in the wings for about 4 years now. And he was just enthralled. He went to batting practice earlier, got to meet a bunch of players and, chat with manager Phil Nevin. He got to hold his favorite player, Mike Trout's bat. There he is with Mike Trout, getting to meet him as well moments before the game started. Look at that huge smile, and there he is calling the players' names as they walk out to take their at-bats. Guys, such a magical day for him and for his family as well.
Yeah, great job. Thank you for that, Carlin. And his sister Sky as well loves Shohei Ohtani.
The way his smile is amazing. Can't wait to get the report on how he does in his first game tomorrow.
Not sure, it's the first ever Little League game for him, and we're just so happy that he's doing well. Great parents. Some butterflies, right? Going to your first Little League game. Let's see if that drops. Oh, that one has eyes. That falls first and second. A knock for Taylor Ward.
Just making contact on a pretty good breaking ball. Curveball down, has made some contact. Flares it into the outfield.
A little extra offense would be enormous for Shohei and the Halos. Winning a slugfest 8-7 last night. Here's Mike Ford. This is his fourth team. He actually played with the Mariners earlier this year, 16 games.
Interesting, Shohei was thinking about going there. At the last second, J.B. Crawford went towards the base and stopped him. Otherwise, Shohei was just going to go. Although it's a more difficult stolen base, but a left-handed batter at the plate, a clear path for Cal Raleigh to throw, and he's thrown out 32% of base stealers.
He stood up and got everybody's attention. That one gets away, and the runners are going to advance. So second and third on the wild pitch.
The fourth wild pitch this season for Kirby. And you wonder if Scott Service is going to bring the infield in. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So that being said, if you're Mike Ford, a ground ball to the right side of the infield would be huge. It gets Shohei home and gets Taylor Ward to third base, even if it's an out. So a productive out to the right side would be big for Ford.
Well, let's see, there's a fly ball, and that goes into the seats. The starting pitcher Shohei Ohtani at third. Taylor Ward at second. Ohtani walked. Ward singled. Wild pitch advanced the runners.
See what he's trying to do. He's trying to get that ground ball to that right side. It's the right approach, especially with 2 strikes now for Mike Ford. Early in the count, you're thinking about driving the ball a long way. 2 strikes, now you're thinking about, at the very least, a productive out to get the run home and the runner to third. And get Shohei in the dugout to rest before he takes the bump in the 5th inning.
Popped up towards the left side. And Toro is there. That's not going to advance anybody. 1 down. Chance now for Duffy. Good contact hitter. He's 0 for 1. Flied out to right first time up. In the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Angels. This is some meaningful baseball for the Mariners, and the Angels are just going toe-to-toe with them all season. What a rivalry. There's that ground ball. And that's going to drive in a run. Ohtani scores 2-0 Angels. Nice job by Matt Duffy picking up the RBI.
I'm still surprised that Scott Servais didn't have the infield, and especially when you got the pop-up by Mike Ford, because with Shohei Ohtani on the mound, even though he's locked in, he hasn't really got to that point where he normally does it his third time through a lineup. He just dominates the third time through. So you're willing to give up a run here to prevent a big inning. And if you got the infield in right there, there's going to be a bang-bang play at the plate. You'll take that run if you're the Angels, though.
Yeah, and that wild pitch turns out to be huge, right? Because no double play. And a chance now for Mickey Moniak. Taylor Ward at third. 2 down.
A lot of room on that left side of the infield for Moniak. It's a pretty good shots he hit on the pass road trip. Going a long way.
Acquired at the deadline from the Phillies. The former 1-1. First round, first overall. He's back home, comfortable.
So now if you're Taylor Ward, you already saw Kirby throw a break a ball in the dirt. Be ready.
Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout for Moniak, and Kirby leaves the mound. The Angels add 1 and lead 2-0.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Strikeouts, 4 with his slider. He's had that tight slider working. He's changed speeds on his slider. The big thing I've noticed here today is Shohei Ohtani, the arm angle with his slider. That's more over the top. Santana swing and miss, and then he drops down a little lower arm angle on this slider against Ty France to go off the plate. So tighter break to it, different arm angle. Shohei Ohtani with that good feel. Again, 5 strikeouts and 4 innings pitched. No walks for Ohtani. One of those strikeouts, splitter last inning, so if he gets that one working too, watch out.
That ERA now at 2.48, and our media relations maven Matt Birch is always countering any national tweet from the East Coast, generally pointing out how good Aaron Judge is, which he is, and Birchie will reply with a tweet of his own saying, you know, that, and Carlin sent us this screen grab, that he once again qualifies for the league leaders as a pitcher. This is Ohtani. No player has ever qualified as a hitter and a pitcher in the same season in the World Series era. He now leads MLB in strikeouts per 9. That's going to be a leadoff single for Adam Frazier. That guy can put the ball in play.
And for some reason, and you got to feel good if you're Adam Frazier against Shohei Ohtani. Not many people could say this. Great numbers for him. So even that first at bat he had, looked like he had a surefire single, but Rengifo made an outstanding play. He was 3 for 5 going into the game against Ohtani. 1 for 2 today. Could have easily been 2 for 2, but wasn't such a great play by Rengifo. Diving and getting that baseball before it got to the outfield grass.
Career season for Sam Haggerty, the switch hitter. Hits lefties better. He'll battle you at the plate. Frazier can run at first.
We already documented how good Shohei Ohtani is as far as shutting down a running game. He's quick to the plate. It's not that he has a great move to first base. He's just quick. He's going to be 115 to 125 range on his times to the plate. That's how quick he is. Even at the height he's at 6'4". See, that's a quick slide step.
Staying away from Haggerty. Both pitches close, but off the plate. Have to be talking about Shohei. How'd you hit that? I don't know. There's a ground ball forward, makes that play, and gets the force out.
Yeah, Haggerty runs too well. You're not going to have a play. Good decision there by Ford to make the quick throw to Rengifo, and just hold on to that baseball. You still keep a double play in order. Nice play by Mike Ford there.
.75 on the number. He's talking over his defensive plan. Should that ball go right back to him? Taylor Trammell is the batter. Laid out of the lineup with Julio Rodriguez a scratch with back tightness.
Got quick hands on pitches inside, so stay away against them. Oh, ended up being inside. Yeah.
You're not kidding. A lot of former Reds here tonight.
It's a nice adjustment. He starts that slider towards the outside part of the plate, brings it back, gets it into the zone. Now you have him set up for a chase.
He's just in total command of his game. And Trammell does have 3 homers on the year. Halos with that shift to the right side. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. That is 6 on the night for Ohtani. 2 down.
Second on his splitter. After he got him to just pull that first pitch mistake inside part of the plate, backdoor slider, finish him off with a nasty split.
Well, he's got that splitter working right now.
Last 2 strikeouts on his splitter. When you look how many strikeouts on his splitter this season coming into the game, 62 strikeouts on his splitter, now 64 on the season. A huge number of strikeouts on his secondary pitches.
Nice move.
That's the first time we've seen the A move by Shohei. That was quick.
On the money too. Haggerty just gets back.
He's looking in to make sure. He usually has that slow lob throw over the first base.
Right.
That footwork and quick release.
does everything so well. In there. Abraham Toro struck out his first time up.
Seattle, I think Haggerty with his speed, I think I'd take a shot at trying to steal a base right now just because you're anticipating a secondary pitch.
Pretty good lead. Doesn't go. And that is in there, 0-2.
I think that sometimes as a hitter, it's not a good thing because you're thinking he's going, so you're willing to take a strike to let him get into scoring position, and he ends up taking a pitch that might have been pretty hittable for Toro.
Ohtani, shake off, looking to put 5 in the books. Here's the 0-2 off the plate. Oh, 98.
But I like that miss because if he's going 0-2, because a lot of times that splitter or sliders coming 0-2, that's almost a pitch out. Now you got to believe Shohei's throwing a secondary pitch, and it's the time he may be on the move.
And another good move. Ohtani wanted it.
Ford saying no, don't look in there. Close though. It's about as good as I've seen as far as a pickoff move.
Of Ohtani or just anybody?
And Shohei usually, clearly when you do that, he does a lot of warm-up work in the outfield off the wall, and he was working on his footwork, so he's incorporated that along with his sinker now.
Runner goes, the 1-2, and he got him. 7, count of 7 strikeouts, 5 complete innings for Shohei Ohtani. You have to love what you're seeing. He is remarkable.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Sitting on $4.99. Let's show you our Carl's Cam replay, and it's worthy of it. It's against the Royals, and Gooby, nobody really wanted to face Reggie and give it up except your guy.
Yeah, it was funny. We had a 4-game series with the Angels, and we were all like, oh, one of us is possibly going to give it that 500th career home run against Reggie Jackson. And Bud Black was joking around. He said, I got the first game. I'll be the one to give it up. We're like, oh, please, by all means. And he ended up doing it. He goes, I was only joking.
Oh, fan, upper deck, clank off the glove. 1-1 to Stassi. George Kirby. This is his rookie season. 22nd career start, 4th against the Halos. And there's that pitching.
And Shohei Ohtani has been very good, but George Kirby has been special to look at also. His 3 hits allowed. Really, that wild pitch he threw, it ended up being a big pitch for the Angels to get a run across on an out.
Got some movement on that sinking fastball at 95. A swing and a miss, and a strikeout, 1 down. And we'll give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Has 6 strikeouts. Ohtani has 7. Ohtani has helped himself with an RBI double in the 1st. Angels added on bottom of the 4th. And here's Michael Stefanik.
Well, he could paint both sides of the plate with his fastball.
It's a chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Toro unable to make it. That's going to be a hit. Infield single for Stefanik.
It's one of those plays too, as a third baseman, you're coming in, you have your pitcher trying to make the play too, which you're always going to try to make, but that slight distraction, because you got to use your bare hand, makes it more of a difficult play for Toro coming in. He gets in front of him there and so unable to make the play on the bare hand.
Yeah, he starts calling for it.
And then stayed low.
Yeah. Hey, making his major league debut, Livan Soto is going to pinch run for Stefanik.
18 stolen bases in Double-A.
Wow, what a thrill, what a moment. He is.
Stefanik is, that was a line drive I just hit. See that? That was a line drive.
Soto's in the show. 63rd different player used by the Halos this season. Franchise record of 64 set a year ago.
By the way, I would throw a pickoff throw if I was the pitcher, because you know your legs are shaking over there at first base on your lead.
That's cruel and unusual.
But you know you're out there getting your lead, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I can't believe I'm in the big league field right now.
So at the plate is Luis Rengifo, Guanagua, Venezuela, and at first base, major league debut, just called up with Fletcher going on the IL. Livan Soto from Valencia, Venezuela. A little bigger lead for Soto. Rengifo out towards left field. Winker going over, unable to get there. It's into the seats. Bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Halos. And Seattle trying to keep pace.
There's Fletch. Still managed to have that smile going.
Oh, yeah.
And talking to somebody.
He's got Lorenzen on his right. He picked up the W last night.
Nice job. He just basically did 2 mistakes last night. Other than that, really, really good.
There's that throw over you were talking about, you pitchers. You knew it was coming.
Nice job by Lorenzen last night. He got 7 strikeouts. Had a good slider, and his changeup was really, really good last night.
Both Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays winners tonight. I'll make sure I get that right regarding Toronto. Another win. With the Yankees loss, they're just 4.5 back in the East.
That's a good read, though, by Soto. Not far enough away. You want some traffic on the bases. You got Trout on deck. Rengifo, who's swinging the bat very well himself, at the plate. Now it count even at 2. And even though 18 stolen bases down in Double-A for Soto, it's still the art of stealing bases, reading pitchers. So you haven't had a chance really to read a pitcher, although he's in the dugout there watching them for potentially this opportunity here. But you're going to see, you know, he's holding the ball well, Kirby, so it's tough to read that and see if he falls into a pattern where he holds the ball for 1 second or 2 seconds every time before going home. That's part of the art of being a base stealer.
Inside, so the count's going to be full. I'm curious when Angels take the field defensively. I have a feeling you might move Rengifo to second, put Soto at short. Remains to be seen.
Still Nevin have him on the move here now. On a 3-2 count with 1 out with Trout on deck.
Ball forward, got a piece of the high fastball. A good call getting that fastball.
Winker playing towards that left field line. A lot of room on the right field line if he's able to pull the pitch against Kirby, although with that high velocity movement on his fastball, not easy to do that.
There's a ground ball. There's one, and the throw to first in time. That is a double play, and that will end the threat for the Halos. Leaving Trout in the on-deck circle and bringing Ohtani back to the bump for the 6th.
MLB Big Inning brings you the biggest plays of the night, live as they happen. Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel. It's nonstop action on MLB Big Inning every night on MLB.tv.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza!
The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome.
That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record. It is caught! Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
A brief moment was all Roberto Clemente ever needed. He displayed incredible talent as a World Series champion, MVP, and 15-time All-Star. He fought injustice and helped the
game. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam and what we have seen from Shohei Ohtani, who is an absolute bona fide ace in Major League Baseball.
Be able to use all his pitches. Started off slow with the feel for his splitter. Has picked that up. Slider's been good. Using that sinker on occasion, four-seamer, curveball. Shohei Ohtani now in the 6th inning here now.
Yeah, 3rd time through, and you pointed out 3rd time through is some of his best stuff on the season. As he goes, he gets stronger.
It's a .218 batting average. Definitely when you think of trends in baseball, that 3rd time through, generally you'll see managers get the bullpens going, but Shohei's been good that 3rd time through.
Livan Soto indeed is at shortstop. His first time in the show. And Rengifo moves over to second base. speaking with Soto before the game, congratulating him. He said shortstop was the position that he has been playing since he was a small little kid, but with the Rocket City, he's been playing some third and second. He might make the start tomorrow versus a lefty. And Marco Gonzalez, 0-2.
Backdoor cutter.
By the way, it'll be Reed Detmers on the hill tomorrow for the Halos. 12:30 Angels live. Day game, the next two.
Looking for an efficient, quick out here now with 2 strikes on Crawford, who's a contact hitter. But the splitter's been working. Overthrew that splitter.
Seven strikeouts so far on the night for Ohtani, and he now qualifies, and he is the league leader, strikeouts per 9 among starters. Deliberate approach tonight.
Surprised Crawford. Well, there he's finally calling for timeout.
High leg kick. Warning for the fans. Has there been any other pitcher that warns fans of foul balls into the stands that you have seen in your career?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I was always just happy the baseball when it was hit was not in play against me.
2-2. Crawford worked a full count, right, back in the third and then single. Another local lad here. If anybody's wondering whether or not the pitch clock will affect Ohtani next year, don't, because it won't. If anybody can make an adjustment to any new rule, let's see another player.
It's a pretty good indication of the contact that Crawford can make. That was a 99-mile-an-hour sinker, and he was able to foul that one off. So you got a contact hitter, very difficult to strike out.
In there, got him. Another K for the remarkable one, Shohei Ohtani.
Painted the outside corner. The only way, really, you're going to get a chance to strike out Crawford is to get him to look at a backdoor slider like this from Ohtani. Great spin on that. That's a nice job of presentation by Stassi on that one. Just kept the glove there, slightly moved it up, got the call on the corner.
He's got 8 strikeouts on the night. One down, and it's Ty France at the plate. Oh, paint just off the plate.
That was a great pitch right there. A little sinker right on the corner.
And right to Luis Rengifo. Soft little contact for out number 2. Just moves over to second base. So there's some frustration from France and the rest of the hitters.
We've talked about it a lot, and not only today, but throughout this entire season. Ty France is one of the best breaking ball hitters in the game. And Shohei has got him to chase one, a ground ball out, now a soft contact on a breaking ball.
I mean, he is picking his spots right now. Carlos Santana, 2 homers a night ago, 0 for 2.
Boy, as a hitter, it's got to be tough because you're in there and you know you're dealing with somebody with outstanding stuff, and you just can't get your rhythm and timing together.
And got back into the press box in a hurry. Back into our friends from the Japanese media. They've got the baseball and they got something to write about. Backhand play. Ford says, I got you, big fella. 6 in the books for Shohei Ohtani. And when we come back, it'll be Trout, Ohtani, and Ward.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss!
or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Angels leading the Mariners on a Saturday night. Let's look back a night ago off the lefty Robbie Ray. And for Mike, that is a homer in 5 consecutive games right here at Angels Stadium, and he leads this team with 36.
I just love that swing, too. We saw that on our Frontier play sense, how he just stayed through that baseball so well. Short and compact that swing was. To hit it out, he's going to need that here tonight against Kirby.
Great pitching matchup here tonight. The rookie George Kirby trying to match some zeros with Ohtani. He has allowed 1 run in the first and 1 in the 4th.
So Shohei so far, he's going to be on deck with Trout here leading off here in the bottom of the 6th. Has driven in the run and scored a run for Shohei. And Mike Trout trying to give him a little more breathing room with that swing. 12 home runs in his last 20 games. 7 in 9 games against Seattle this season for Trout. He has some life. I mean, when you think about a 4-seam fastball upstairs, out of the hand, it stays in that same trajectory all the way through to the plate.
Oh, that was in his happy zone right there, just fouled it back. Mike homering on his City Connect bobblehead. And said he just wanted to get that bobblehead back to his son. Homered. It's a bobblehead night. And a gift for his boy, Beckham. Got him looking, top of the zone. That's just too good. Tip of the cap, 1 down.
It's one of those unhittable spots, too. Running it upstairs, it's away in the upper quadrant of the strike zone. And it's a strike.
Trout now 1 for 3, and he realizes that's just a great pitch. And you know, as a hitter, you don't want to give a pitcher a lot of credit, but that was one of those ones you have no choice. It was a perfect spot and a lot on that fastball.
Shohei's 1 for 1, double and a walk, scored a run. That's an RBI. And that is playable. Crawford zips it across, and there's 2 down. So buy him some time as he gets back to the dugout to get ready to take the hill from the top of the 7th. Ohtani's ERA, by the way, at 2.45 right now. That's good for 5th, just behind Alek Manoah, who's sitting at 2.43 in the American League.
And those two had a pretty good epic battle up in Toronto when they faced each other.
Ohtani strikeouts, currently 3rd in the American League, 196. 0-2 to Taylor Ward.
Tell you what, Kirby doesn't waste any time in between his pitches at all. He's going to get right up on the mound.
He's thrown 1 for every, or he's thrown 2 for every one of Ohtani's. He's taking his time tonight. 2-2.
It's being 0-2 now, 3-2. And the Ward got that little flare single on a breaking ball, last at bat up the middle. Like 4 waiting on deck.
And he gets a strikeout. And these matched strikeouts with Ohtani. He's pitching great, and Ohtani looks to return the favor when we come back.
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stands. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Has been brilliant on the mound. 6 innings, 0 earnings, 0 walks. He has 8 strikeouts. He's looking for win number 13 on the season. That's him on the mound. As the hitter, he has driven in a run with a double. He's also drawn a walk, the only walk Kirby has allowed, and scored the second run of the game. He's doing it all, and he's on the bump for the 7th, and it's Winker, Raleigh, and Frazier due up.
Big inning for Ohtani. 2 guys who have had success against him in the lineup right here, these top 3. Winker's got some success. Frazier definitely has. And Raleigh with a base hit against him first at bat. So this is a battle right here for Shohei. Try to maintain the lead.
Approaching 100 pitches. Two starts ago versus Houston here at home. No decision in that game through 111 pitches. Went 8. Winker 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hit well, but got a guy there. That's Luis Rengifo, 1 down.
Shohei Ohtani's getting some ground ball action here tonight. Eight ground ball outs. For a guy that doesn't have a high percentage as far as ground ball rate on the season, effective here today.
Catcher Cal Raleigh. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Slider in there for a strike.
Wow. Good splitter for Shohei. Where it starts and where it ends is pretty amazing. Stays on top of that splitter and it just tumbles. You know what? You're almost thinking you got to try that one again.
Counts 0-2. Mariners are 0 for 13, hitting with 2 strikes in the count tonight.
Shohei is so good with 2 strikes. 0-2 counts. He did try to split it there. He overthrew that one a little bit more than the one before. Went 3 in a row. That one upstairs a little bit more. That plane he threw a splitter there. If he tried his sinker outside corner, I think that would be an effective pitch for Shohei.
He has owned the Mariners. 3-0 in his career.
Trying to get him a chase fastball. So a deep breath. You know, at that point here in the 7th inning, Shohei Ohtani's thinking, don't leave anything in the tank. This is my inning. I want to finish this putting up a 0.
2-2 to Cal Raleigh. So the count runs full. Frazier on deck. I know full count. Generally, that guy's going to throw his best pitch, but he's got a number of them. Any thoughts on the approach on this 3-2?
Just throw anything you can throw for a strike. You have to have Cal Raleigh swinging the bat here. Keep it away, force him to go big part of the yard.
So that's going to be a 1-out walk. It's good at bat by Raleigh. That's the first walk for Ohtani tonight. Swanson up for the Mariners. And now Aaron Loop is just taking the jacket off. No hurry. I know Shohei wants this. Frazier 1 for 2.
I'll tell you what, when you look at Adam Frazier at the plate right here, you don't see many hitters comfortable against Shohei Ohtani. Righty or lefty, he is. Just watch him as he's at the plate. You don't see that against Shohei. I don't know of anybody you see that against Shohei. Just watch him as he's ready. That's a pretty good pitch. If you keep that there in the zone, you can see Shohei's looking in. That's a strike.
That's in there, 1-2. Nevin talking to Ray Montgomery. This guy on the mound has just been outstanding tonight. How much gas left in that tank? 1 on, 1 out here in the 7th, and a 1-2 to Frazier. There's a ground ball. Rengifo to Soto, over to first. Oh, how about it?
Love that reaction. Shohei Ohtani getting the defense behind him. Said you go to that next level when Ohtani's on the mound. The defense loving that ground ball action. 10 outs on the ground for Shohei Ohtani. Segoy through 7.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
We love going to games, but good seats get pricey. So we use Game Time. Game Time checks ticket prices in real time and finds you all the best last-minute deals. We got our seats 20 minutes ago for 60% off. Last-minute tickets at the best price in seconds. Download Game Time now.
It's cheating. It's not even fair.
It's like the hitters know what I'm gonna throw every time.
I hate win reality.
I love it.
Be ready for real. Win reality.
Bally Sports is brought to you by Infinity. Luxury should be lived in. Visit your local Infinity retailer today. By Spectrum. Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data. Save up to 40%. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today. And by Jack in the Box, spicy chicken strips are back at Jack in the Box for a limited time, starting at just $5.49. Oh, great crowd here on a Saturday night. 35,538 across the world watching Shohei Ohtani early morning back in Japan. Whether we're in the UK or we are in Australia, New Zealand, or we're in Japan or here in Southern California across the nation. You gotta love Shohei Ohtani, his performance. Eric Swanson, meanwhile, on for the M's. And that's a line drive out. That is caught at first base.
Boy, Swanson, he doesn't give up many base runners at all. His whip well below 1. His fastball, 92-97, slider, split finger changeup. It's been one of the big reasons why this team is in position to go to the postseason for the first time in a long, long time.
21 years, Spurrier up. We saw Loop also getting up. Got to think that's done. That's it for Shohei. He's lowered that ERA to 2.43, which is good for 5th in all of baseball. Now tied with Alek Manoah. Looking for his 13th win. In wins, Ohtani, his ERA is 0.65 in his wins. That's coming in. Strike 2 to Duffy.
Boy, this late in the season, and you have an ERA of 1.13. That's literally hitting the fairway with every drive you hit off the tee.
What's that like?
No, I wouldn't ever know that.
And a strikeout to Duffy. 2 outs. And we'll give you a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Mix good sauce with my new spicy good sauce for spicy good sauce.
And you might think, you know, hey, you got Kirby, George Kirby, who was dealing, right? I mean, 6 innings, he had 8 Ks, you know, only at 84 pitches, but then you go to the pen and Swanson dealing.
And especially for a young pitcher like Kirby, they're going to try to make sure they don't have him throw that many pitches and innings. Keep him fresh for the postseason.
We'll see if that decision pays off for Service and the M's. 2 down. Bottom 7, 2-0 Halos. 0-1 to Mickey Moniak. Shohei 107 pitches, 7 scoreless. Guessing, right, Gooby? It's up to the bullpen now.
Yep.
That'll be it for a very unique Shohei Ohtani. Strike 3. Moniak strikes out looking. And Swanson comes in and does an outstanding job as we head to the 8th. 2-0 Halos.
Did you know that ticket prices can actually go down right before the game? That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time tracks ticket prices in real time from thousands of trusted sellers, then shows you all the best deals. So we can get tickets at the last minute for up to 60% off. Download Game Time now.
To get more hits out here, start training in here. Introducing Win Reality. Game speed pitches anywhere, anytime. Hands in sync with eyes. Confidence in sync with your progress. Be ready for real. Win Reality.
If we weren't proud of the craftsmanship and level of detail that go into every pair of Warby Parker glasses, well, we probably wouldn't show you how they're made, including this part, which is our favorite. Wow. And this is also great. When you order a new frame, we custom cut and polish a pair of lenses just for you. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Arco spotlight on number 17, Shohei Ohtani. Against the Seattle Mariners team that is in a playoff spot. The game is absolutely everything to them. 107 pitches, got 196 strikeouts this year. He's in line for the W. Now would be win number 13 on the season.
Well, when you go back to his last 4 starts, Toronto, Houston, Seattle, and he's been unbelievable in those 4 starts coming into this game today. Those 3 starts before that, an ERA of 0.90, so it's going to even go down after 7 shutout innings. Now it's up to Berea in the bullpen to maintain the lead, give Shohei Ohtani a chance to pick up W number 13.
What a big moment here for Berea, the 26-year-old from Panama City, Panama. I love the whip and the opponent batting average. He's been really, really good this year, but has not, been on the bump since September 7th. Versus Detroit. And leading off for the Mariners here, top of the 8th, is Haggerty.
Oh, a good slider to start with.
That is a very good start for Berea. Another good pitch in there, changeup, strike 2.
Always been a big fan of his changeup, especially the left-handed batters.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 down.
Well, a great sequence by Stassi and Berea against a very tough hitter in Haggerty. Went slider, changeup, fastball up, and then paints the fastball up to get a swing and miss.
So 1 down. That's going to bring up Taylor Trammell. My opinion, just back to Ohtani, is that if there is a voter for the American League MVP that might be on the fence right now, still wanting to see what happens, how do you not get swayed by what you saw here tonight?
Again, it's all going to go down to that last game of the year, I think.
And that will be in Oakland for Shohei. He's next scheduled to start in Minnesota. 3 more starts. He's had 148 innings pitched, on pace to qualify.
Try to get him away for his good changeup there. Just a little too far off the plate to get a swing.
Three and 1.
In this role right now, especially in this point of the game for Berea, you got to think, I got to make him swing the bat. Even though he does have some power, especially on the inner half, you got to try to make him swing the bat here.
The 3-1. And he does swing the bat, and he hits that one a long way. Way out of here. That's a solo shot for Trammell and cuts this Salo lead right in half. It's 2-1.
That's that inner half where he has the power. You fell behind, threw a couple good, you tried to get him a chase the changeup, and he was ready. And just like that, life for Seattle. 112 mile per hour home run.
Yeah, he didn't miss it.
You can't fall behind it on the inside part of the plate. He knew it.
Just makes things a little more interesting here. You seen that before, that helmet that they got working? Did I miss that last night?
Seen it before.
Is that like a Star Wars thing, like a Vader?
Well, remember early in the game he had a slider against Shohei inside. He had a good swing at that one too.
The Canadian from Quebec, Abraham Toro, 4 for 2. And he also has significant pop in his bat, has 9 homers on the year. Mike Trout's got a long way to run. Is he going to be able to track it down? No. That's going to be a ground rule double. He gave it everything he had. That just kept tailing away from him.
Boy, he made an incredible effort after that baseball. Dives in the warning track. And he's shading him that way.
So now that tying run is at second base. Meeting at the mound. Top of the order. And J.P. Crawford, the batter. It's by a little time for Trout to get some of that wind back. Nervous time.
Make sure you vary that look back to second.
Okay, 0-2. Not to alarm anybody, but Crawford has had 10 plate appearances versus Berea in his career. And 3 walks and 3 for 7. So he's seen the ball pretty well.
Tried to go back-to-back changeups, got him to swing the one before, couldn't get him to chase that one.
Downstairs, 2-2. Just gives you a little perspective on how dominant Ohtani was in this game. There's a homer and a double off Berea.
Again, another changeup. Can't get him to go after it.
Ty France waits on deck. Aaron Loup back up for the Halos. The 3-2 downstairs, ball 4. First and second now, still only 1 out. What do you think? You got Loup getting ready. You have Ty France coming up.
You have Loop ready for Santana, even though he's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
Bria bat just under 42% ground ball rate for a ground ball at an infielder.
France 1 for 3 versus Berea in his career with a homer. There's the defense. We have one out, first and second. First pitch right back to Berea. A nice throw, the feed, double play, he got it! Oh wow, was that ever needed?
It's a good conversation with Matt Weiss. I mean, Berea, very good at fielding position. A 1-4-3.
Oh, there's a fist pump.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis.
You're going to see athleticism like you've never seen before.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game every night. Only on MLB Network.
Ken French, that is the one and only Bobby Valentine. We are getting you ready for Angels Live postgame presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Take a wild guess what we're talking about tonight.
Shohei Ohtani.
Doing it all. Talk about, you mentioned the pregame show. He was going to do something special tonight. He has an RBI, a run scored, 7 shutout innings, 196 strikeouts. He's done it all. And defense, I have not seen him with the glove work in a while, as good as he is tonight.
We didn't mention that before the game. He's a great fielder, too. Yeah, we'll see you after the game and talk more.
Cannot wait right now. Let's send it back to Patrick O'Neill and Mark Gubazan.
All right, guys, looking forward to Angels Live Post. Thanks very much, and great reaction. Of course, hope to hear from Shohei post-game. Colin Bathe working as well. Now Matt Brash is on for the Mariners. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 1-run game. Ohtani on the verge of picking up the win, but you need 3 more outs to get. Maybe a little add-on, a little extra insurance here in the bottom of the 8th.
Brash fastball, good fastball he has too. You saw that slider, 94, 99 curveball, slider, changeup.
What a job by Berea. Gooby, you talked about, getting a ground ball and it went right back to him.
He's always been an excellent fielder. He's tough to run against also. Good chance you might see a slider here now.
That's another strikeout for Stassi, 3 times tonight. Well, making his first ever appearance at the plate in the big leagues. Levon Soto just called up. Fletcher going on the IL, called up from Double-A Rocket City Trash Pandas, where he was hitting .281 at 18 steals and playing some great defense there as well. We already saw him turn a double play here tonight.
And dealing with 99 first pitch you see in the major leagues.
Welcome to the show.
Well, he has a few guys down on his teammates there at Rocket City who are throwing over 100. Even Ben Joyce.
He's seen Chase Silseth improve to 7-0 as well. They're having a great season. Logan O'Hoppe, Neto. Good things in the future for the Halos. Wow, 13, that's a great number for a guy that can play some shortstop. Possibly seeing him making the start tomorrow. The ground ball, he's going to have to hustle down the line, and he is thrown out. But he made contact. 2 down. College students, bring your Angels back to school with you this September with MLB.TV. Receive a free subscription to MLB.TV when you attend a game. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Here's Luis Rengifo, who helped turn that double play on that feed from Berea. Rengifo 0 for 3 so far tonight.
He's taking extra base hit with that swing.
We think the Angels do pitching-wise in the 9th.
Aaron Luke.
Okay. He's up.
6 career saves for Luke.
Next man up is to be Luke. This man at the plate's got the power to add on 2 homers a night ago. The 0-2 downstairs, 1 and 2.
Still a high percentage of his pitches he throws are sliders. You just hope that one of those sliders gets a little more of the plate here.
It's been quite a season series between these 2 teams, tied up 8 games apiece. 2 more to play after tonight. This would be a big win for the Angels. Oh, got him.
Oh, right on the knee. Overthrown slider. And with the infield depth, really tough right now.
I know. This looks to be it looks to be a good sign that he's walking down the line. Blunts it out there.
Even though you don't want to be hit by a pitch, it also gives Trout a chance to swing the bat here. This is overthrown slider. And just above the knee, though. Not on the kneecap, but just above it. But that had some spin to it and square. Trout, 21 home runs versus fastballs. 610 slugging percentage versus fastballs.
Uni's going to need a wash after that. Lay it out and try to make a great catch in the outfield. Just missed it. Nobody has hit more home runs versus the Seattle Mariners than Mike Trout.
And he doesn't want to make a mistake with his slide. He's overthrown back-to-back sliders against Trout. Still at about 50-50 as far as fastballs and sliders on 2-0 counts of right-handed batters. Kirby Crawford, a big-time leader for the Seattle team, goes in there just to try to calm him down. Will he try to throw that fastball upstairs? See if Trout can get a hold of it.
Catches the outer part of the plate. Count is 2-1 to Mike. Matt Brash, the Canadian, the Mariners from Kingston, Ontario, 24 years old. The 3-1. Takes the slider for a strike.
Instantly, Trout was like hitting that back leg on. Oh, slider ain't my zone. So after getting hit by the pitch, it gives Rengifo a chance to be on the move here on the 3-2 count. 2 outs for Trout. Looking to do some damage.
About this moment for the youngster Brash. Tight ball game down the stretch. First ever meeting with the 3-time MVP. Runner goes and Brash gets Trout swinging to end the inning. Here we go. Last chance for the Mariners coming up.
Nos impactó la historia de Clemente, lo que hizo por la cultura.
Trabajaba entre la noche, estudiaba en la mañana y entrenaba en las tardes. Así era, puedo decir, todo mi día, todos los días.
Nanu basa si es que chopoto la clube Vasco.
Si tú tienes en tu corazón sembrar deporte en alguien, puede cambiar la vida a quien sea.
Join Kevin Millar and Steven Nelson on a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize. It's unpredictable pin and chase coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat. Join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Is brought to you by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. By Spectrum. Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data. Save up to 40%. Go to spectrummobile.com today. And by the Orange County Auto Show. Hundreds of the hottest new cars, trucks, EVs, and more. September 29th through October 2nd at the Anaheim Convention Center. Well, here we go. We're in the top of the ninth inning, 2-1. Angels over the Mariners, and Aaron Loup looking to pick up his first save of the season for the Halos. And what a moment for Loup. As you mentioned, 6 career saves. But his last one, we got to go back to 2014 with the Jays. And he's going to be facing Carlos Santana to lead off the top of the ninth. He's faced all of these Mariners quite a bit. Santana's hit him 286 average, career plate appearances. And Jesse Winker and Cal Raleigh.
Hyundai key for the game today. Try to carry on from what you saw from Shohei Ohtani. As you got Santana 0 for 3 in this game. Just chase me down, get some chases out of the strike zone here, just like Shohei Ohtani was able to do, and also get some ground balls on pitches that were down. So chase me down, be able to pick up a save here for Aaron Loup.
I think when he chose this key to the game, nice country feel. I don't know if you knew Aaron Loup would be on for the save, but he would take it as he enters the game with some good old country. 1-1.
Got that cutter in just enough. Not exactly hard contact. And gets the first out.
Some boos rain down on Jesse Winker. With 1 out here in the ninth, he's 0 for 3. 2 for 4 in his career versus Loup. Got the lefty-lefty matchup. Strike 1.
Slow curveball after a fastball inside.
Hit to Mike Trout, and he has it. 2 away. 1 to get for a victory in the first 2 of this 4-game series. And a W for Shohei. That's why you got guys back there, right?
Yeah, that's why you got the defense.
Two down, top of the ninth, 2-1 Halos. Aaron Loup on the hill looking for his first save. As an Angel facing Cal Raleigh. misses with the first pitch. 1-0. It's a foul ball drifting into the seats. And the count's 1-1. Shohei went 7 scoreless with 8 punch outs. Also drove in the first run and scored the second run. Can't make it up, really, in this game, in the history of the baseball. Downstairs, 2-1. People at home probably have that little knot, you know, right in the pit of the stomach. Moment like this. Tense. And shift to the left side and the 2-1.
Got him out in front. Change up.
All right. Imagine his 35,000 strong will be up on their feet here. 1 strike away. Two outs. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ball game. Light up that halo. 2-1. Angels beat the Mariners. And Shohei Ohtani wins number 13.
13. 7 shutout. Great job by Aaron Loop. A 1-2-3. 9th inning, picking up his 7th career save. First save as a halo. Allows him to get that smile. Look who's out there quickly. Shohei Ohtani, our Toyota player of the game. 7 scoreless, 8 strikeouts, 8 RBI double, walk, and a run scored. Incredible night all around for Shohei Ohtani. Unbelievable. Simply indescribable. Shohei Ohtani again tonight against a team going to the postseason. 4 straight starts against playoff-bound teams, and he has dominated them. Touched 101 with his little sinker. Slider great, splitter came through and shuts out in 7 shutout innings against Seattle as we win the first 2 games of this series. Shohei, yes, you deserve that wink.
Anybody have any questions? Didn't think so. And that has to be the best moment for Aaron Loop as an Angel.
Definitely, get an opportunity to pick up that save. What a moment. You're exactly right on that one, Patrick. But Shohei Ohtani did it all today.
And he's going to be standing by right now with our Carlin Bate. Carlin, take it away. You're standing by with one of the best ever.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Shohei, 7 shutout innings for you here at the Big A, helping this team get the win. How did it feel out there to get this win against a big division rival?
7回無失点素晴らしいピッチングでしたけど、地区のライバルのマリナーズに好投して勝てたということはどういう意味を持ちますか？
素晴らしいチームなので、1点もやらないように最初から飛ばしていきました。
Yeah, they're a great team. My approach was to not give up a single run, and I was able to accomplish that, so I'm really happy about it.
Now, you love complimenting the defense behind you while you're on the mound. How incredible were they tonight, helping you get some of those outs tonight?
バックの守備に助けられた場面がいくつかありましたけど、見ててどういう心境でした？
難しいボール多かったと思うんですけど、しっかりアウトに取ってくれて、すごい気合が入りました。
Yeah, there's a lot of tough plays that the guys made behind me, and it really gave me confidence to keep on making good pitches.
You had a great defensive play as well, catching a line drive from Carlos Santana in the 4th. How quick did you have to think to catch that ball?
自分自身もピッチャーライナーいい反応で取ってましたけど、プレーをちょっと振り返ってもらっていいですか？
あれは適当に出したら入ったっていうラッキーだったなと思います。
To be honest, I just stuck my hand out there and the ball found the glove.
Great answer. Thank you, Shohei.
Thank you.
Patrick, back to you guys.
Okay, Carl,
So
thanks so much.
incredible.
I think I heard a Segoy at one point in there.
So incredible, so incredible. I love how he goes, I just stuck my glove out there. The baseball found the glove. Well, he's so good, he can do anything he wants when he's on the mound. Shohei Ohtani absolutely dominates. The Angels win 2 in a row against Seattle.
Kirby, great job, man. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
That was a lot of fun. Can't wait.
Oh, that was awesome. As far as Shohei Ohtani is concerned, just have to say, Otsukaresama deshita, Ohtani-san. Job well done. Angels Live postgame is next. See you tomorrow.